Hello. Your eyes do not deceive you. It is the trio of destiny yet again before you the very same night because we are pulling a double because we love you guys and because Amazon Prime Video wants to release multiple shows
That's right.
at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are to discuss. Of course, you saw the thumbnail. Season 5 and episode 1 of The Boys, aka the final season. So, guys, it's been a while since we talked about The Boys. Yes. Overall, what do you feel about this very first episode? Out of 5 stars being the best, 1 star being the absolute worst, how do you feel about what they're doing so far in the first episode?
You want to go first, Vic?
Oh, well, I mean, they're doing everything in their power to either make Homelander public enemy number 1, make him the martyr, or expose him completely.
Okay.
And the thing is that this is like the most powerful being on the planet, and like they're attacking his ego and killing him.
Yeah.
So great.
I like the episode. I really like the episode. I like the groundwork that they're putting through. I didn't watch the second as of yet, but I do think that this first episode accomplished what it needed to, kind of like, reintroducing us to these characters and adding on to the plot lines that were developed from, last season. But Jack?
You guys know, you guys watched all the seasons of The Boys. I have not. I only watched 4 and 5. And I thought that this episode was very strong and made me go I need to stop being lazy and watch the first few seasons. But I thought episode 1 did everything it needed to do. For someone who is not super familiar with The Boys universe, it made me go, I need to watch the rest of the season. And I do like how. So once again, trying to get familiar with these characters. Homelander, not as confident as we all think he is. He sits there, just the slightest thing. And I just even thought the first 5-6 minutes maybe of the show, and them exposing him right away, I said, oh, we're doing that right away. Okay, cool. And I loved all of that because it was no games, because a lot of times you wait till the end. And I get why they do that. The villain gets his comeuppance, but why not do it right away? Let's expose this MFer, get him out of here, because this guy's bad news, and let's do it. And just seeing how hurt he is, and having what's her name? Sister
Starlight.
No. The one that had to calm him down. He was ready to, Sister Sage. And she had to calm him down because he was ready to blast him because he can't keep his emotion intact, and it just made me even more intrigued on what's going on. So you said a ranking.
She hit the nail on the head, though. I loved it. She said to him, the hardcore truth. It doesn't matter how much power you have.
You're not going to be happy. You're not going to be satisfied. Yeah.
I loved that part.
No, it was good.
But rating, what would you say you rated this first episode?
I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. I know it's in the middle. Maybe could have even gave it a 4. Because I'm leaning towards a 3.5 or a 4 out of 5 because I really did enjoy it. And I thought this was a great way to open up the series, nonetheless.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. You guys were speaking about it, but it's Starlight, and the Starlighters did actually were able to release what they call the Flight 37 video during this conference, this freaking conference of who knows of I think it said the shareholders or something like that. And honestly, I was thinking, oh, they got him. They got this mofo. And then Sister Sage, of course, because she's the smartest person ever to exist, she was able to reel in Homelander because he was about ready to laser beam, eye beam everybody in that place. Of course, they blamed it on AI. This is something that, we're familiar with in our, timeline, aka current events. And we're also familiar with it through Gen V because the same thing happened when Godolkin kind of released his video and they said it was AI and that he's not really alive as well. So I'm always kind of awestruck at how the boys can be so, political and like current, have like so much to say about, things that are going on in our own like existence, but make it into like this whole soups versus humans versus yada, yada, yada. But very interesting indeed. But of course, again, they did blame that on AI. He even went on, what was her name's? The Red Show, to kind of disprove it with a altered version of the Flight 37 video where they added in hand, yada, yada. So it's a whole, he has like a whole thing behind him. We see that Ashley from previous seasons, the other redhead, my favorite of the show, she's now the vice president of the United States, which is crazy. How the heck did she go from this lowly Vought employee, this wing woman, this yes woman, to the vice president of the United States? But I guess if you think about it, what is the vice president if not a yes woman, yes man? But we also see
JD Vance.
We also see that because Vought has a whole media spin PR team. They said, look, the people are not going to back you as a single woman. We need you married to this priest ASAP. So she's married to this superpowered priest. It's just all wildness. That's the thing about the boys. Everything is like a little wild, a little like what, but still kind of
what in the world.
Yeah, and it's shameful because it's wild, but it's so reflective of the world we live in. It's like, dang it, which is it a commentary on how wild we are? I think especially when they go into the whole TikTok videos of people dancing to the AI.
Oh, yeah,
that was hilarious.
That's hilarious because it's so true.
Very much.
Also, we catch up with Frenchie and Huey and Mother's Milk being held prisoner at these in freedom camps, I believe they called them. This is where basically Homelander is hiding and imprisoning everyone he doesn't like. For everyone he feels is against him, he puts them in these internment camps. And because he's still on the hunt for Starlight and, a couple others, Butcher, A-Train, he decides to let it leak that they're going to be offing those three, Huey, Frenchie, and Mother's Milk, in the next 3 days. It gets back to our main crew, the Butcher, who, if we remember from previous seasons, he now has abilities. He has like this weird octopus thing in his chest. And Starlight, and they devise a plan to kind of break our Mother's Milk, Huey, and Frenchie out of this internment camp.
Can I just say, I love that he has this ability because he was able to use his ability to be able to get the role of one Johnny Cage from Mortal Kombat. So I love that he was able to take this with him in real life because that is ridiculous.
You know what? He's good for him for, finding work. I love that for him.
I'm glad. So it is an octopus thing. So, you watch The Boys and like you said, it is what in the world. Me and I always tell Cetus every chance I get, like one of the episodes that we reviewed, I told her I was this close on not doing it anymore. And she knows what scene I'm talking about. But the one where Huey sat, and that's when I immediately knew I did not like Huey. He sat on some cake and farted in it. So that's an octopus thing. But there's one guy who has something similar, but that is not an octopus tentacle.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was watching this, I said,
it's always something wild, man. It's always something
I know
wild.
it is.
Yeah, I know. I'll tell you one thing that I noticed that was interesting about that whole interview section. Homelander was listening to everybody's heart, and he hated how much everybody's scared of him.
Yeah. He's so sensitive in a weird way, and it reminded me of that episode in previous seasons where we see how he was raised in like this underground facility where these scientists were like poking and prodding at him, and they made him kind of dependent to like some mother figure in a way. And it's like he's just so weirdly emotional about being accepted, even though he's this horrible bully and can't control his emotions. It's so crazy to me. So much so that he's
life.
Yeah, even he was telling Sister Sage that, yeah, it should be illegal to make fun of me, and he was dead serious.
And she even said that, but honestly, I love that for him. I think it should. I honestly, when I heard that, I said, you know what? He might be on to something.
No, that's wild. That's giving very much. What's the guy from what was it? North Korea, where he doesn't want Winnie the Pooh to be in pictures because everyone's calling him Winnie the
Pooh. Kim Jong-un.
Can I also say? Oh, please! I'm sorry. No, please! I'm so sorry. Oh, I was just gonna say, I just love because as you're saying all this, and that's just dawned to me. So shout out to us because we're doing 3 shows at once. So shout out to us. But 2 of the shows are very similar because we did one episode of Daredevil where they broke some people out from a concentration camp, and this is pretty much what this is.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I just thought it was funny when he said that, and even Sister Sage saying, as you said, like, "Oh, you're for real." So I just think it's funny how he's finding new rules and new ways to just be like, you know what? I'm going to imprisonate you because you drew me incorrectly. I just think it's quite hilarious. It's silly, but it's hilarious.
My question to you guys is, we see when, of course, Butcher comes around, he brings Kamiko, who was, in the Philippines. We do see, I'll get to that in a second, because I want to get to this one point. But he brings Kamiko to it in Starlight to devise a plan to get to the 3 in the internment camps, even though they know for sure that it's a trap. And it was mentioned, Starlight asking Butcher, and Butcher in turn asking Starlight, if you knew where they were, they being Huey, Frenchie, and Mother's Milk, why haven't you broken them out before this, right? Why wait so long? So Starlight's answer was because she thought they would be safer in the camps. And I'm thinking, do you guys think this is true? Because something about it doesn't give facts. Is that, I don't know, why would they not break them out before this? And I personally don't believe it's for their safety. Do you guys have any theories, or do you think that's
I don't have any theory. What about you, Vic?
I mean, if there's chaos all over the place, like kind of knowing, I guess she probably might have felt like they weren't necessarily going to kill them there because they had control over them.
Okay,
does that make sense? That's the only one twisted thing that I could think of. I mean, I probably would just try to hide them myself or something.
Yeah, that's why I don't think it's true, because she's so desperate for people that she goes over to the damn Godolkin campus to pull out these, these green thumbs college kids to help with the cause. But she's not going to pull out the people who've been helping from the beginning, knowing where they are. It seems weird. Something about it is giving untruthful. I don't know. I don't believe it. But
I don't believe it either.
But we do see, back to Kamiko, she can talk. She's speaking.
Wild. That was wild. That was a hitter right there, boy. I was happy to see that.
I don't like it because all of a sudden, you're just springing this on us. We didn't get to see any kind of development. We didn't get to see. It just feels like no payoff. For 4 seasons of her being silent, we get her learning how to speak off screen, off season.
It might come. Mind you,
No,
it might come because you know why? Because it's the first episode. All of a sudden, we're shocked that she can talk. There, and the second and third episode, there might be some backdrop, and we might get exactly what you're talking about. Because I hear you. There's no build up to this.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of build up, but there's no payoff. It's just, oh yeah, I can speak from TikTok.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, didn't she say something towards the end of season 4? I feel like she said something, nothing in a full sentence, but almost like a no because they took Frenchie or something like that.
Maybe that seems vaguely familiar. Yes,
but it's weird about her talking is that. Oh, go ahead.
No, it was just all about her being traumatized for years and her, repressing her ability to speak. She could always speak. It was just like a mental thing that stopped her. So,
but now she's talking like Sheldon.
Yeah, she's speaking all the time, just randomly, and I'm like, what? It just seems so weird that they spring this on us.
Sheldon from Big Bang Theory.
Yes.
She has no filter. She's just saying all this wild shit and she's like, "Oh, I feel this way right now." You know how Sheldon's always like, "Hey, was that sarcasm?" Nobody does that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how she's talking, and it's weird because Now you
It
talk and you
seems
don't know how to be a human.
it seems cheap to me. I don't know. I wish they would have handled that differently. We
Sure.
have the Deep and Black Noir. They have started a Manosphere podcast, which is funny because literally the Deep is scared shitless of Homelander. He's
Mhm.
very much, in the shadow of Homelander, doing everything he says. But his persona on his podcast is, yeah, I'm this big male, and no one tells me what to do. It's like, if you don't get the heck out of
Hashtag Andrew Tate.
here.
Yes,
Right. That's exactly what it is. And he even gets approached by Homelander, asking him, like, yo, you haven't found Starlight, you haven't found nobody, you haven't found A Train. So apparently the Deep has been in search of A Train and his family. We see that A Train has been approached by Starlight to kind of join the cause and help her break out the boys. And he declines. He's like, look, I have a family to look after, his brother, again, who we know is being, hunted down by the Deep. And I feel bad for Adrian because, like, yeah, you do have to protect your family. And him saying no, it didn't make me personally think any less of him, because yeah, it's my family comes first, right?
Mhm.
And I'm the only one who can protect him at the moment. But by the end of the episode, when the whole shebang happens at the camps and they're in the midst of trying to break the boys out, he returns. And he actually is responsible for not only Huey being alive, but
Mhm.
Mother's Milk being alive, because they were about to be, shot and zapped by Homelander. Um, what do you guys think of the return of A Train, or him, really stepping into his heroism, even in these moments where he dodged the passerby, the woman getting out of her car, kind of like a callback to season one, where
Yeah.
he
Mhm.
Yeah.
ran into Huey's girlfriend. But thoughts on that scene and his ultimate demise, man.
That was honestly when you mentioned that part, because I've only watched episode 1 of The Boys, right?
Mhm.
Of all the
From that
seasons.
season.
So seeing that, I just thought that was cool, especially if you've been following all these seasons all this time. So for all you guys who've watched it, it's a treat, and it's like, oh look, he learned how to. And maybe he did it in other seasons. I don't know that personally, but to see him find a way, because that's how this all started, right? He ran over somebody because he just couldn't control his speed. I thought that was cool. Him coming back, it was no doubt in my mind that he was. I mean, it's a superhero trope. I need you. No, and then later on, they're on the field. I always love that trope. No, and then next thing you know, what made you change your mind? I'm a hero. And
Yeah.
that's what heroes do. We sacrifice.
Yeah.
And I
Exactly.
mean, even him going. I mean, not for nothing. When I saw him in Homelander, and it was cool because I mean, obviously, these characters are based off people, right? So Homelander, Superman, A Train, Flash. So I'm seeing this, I'm like, wow, this is like an alternative world with Flash and Superman. If Superman just had a taste for blood and he wanted to kill people.
Mhm.
But seeing A Train go down, I felt like this hurt even. I feel like this hurt him way more than what Homelander did to A Train. He
Mhm.
said, "You ain't nothing. You an
Uh-huh.
effing loser. You
Yeah.
have all this. I used to be scared of you, and I'm trying to figure out why that was. You
Mhm.
ain't nothing. You're the captain of nothing. You're the
Yeah.
leader of nothing." And you
Mhm.
can see Homelander, and Homelander got him. Like, there's nothing this man can do.
Yeah, choking
There's
him.
nothing. He's choking him, and he's still laughing. And
Mhm.
not for nothing, if you're beating somebody up and they are not taking you seriously, you want to hurt them even more. And it
No.
doesn't even matter, because as much as he's doing that, Homelander is still empty inside.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
Train got the better of him. And I always sit here and say,
Ultimately.
it's not always about bronze and muscles and stuff, mentally. And he
Mhm.
destroyed him mentally. I
No,
love
it's
that for him.
it's not just that. It's not just that. And Jack, you're gonna understand this personally,
Sure.
right? And the reason I say that is because you're a family man. I see your posts.
Oh,
You're a
Mhm.
family man.
oh,
You know what I mean? The
Thank
one
you.
thing that A Train has that Homelander will never have is a group of people that care about him.
Mhm.
No.
That's what he has at the end of the
Mhm.
day. So he's looking at him like, you a loser. Because
Mhm.
everybody's just scared of you. Nobody actually gives a fuck about you. without any of those powers, the people will be stepping over you.
Yeah.
Right, you're right.
A-Train is somebody that, he saved
Yeah.
lives. The people look up to him. He helped people. He did a lot, and he knew he was gonna die.
Right.
But he came and he repented. He saved Huey. He saved that girl. I think, did he take her phone?
No, I don't think so. No.
She was like dazed off when that happened.
She's dazed off. She's like, what the hell was that?
But and mind you, and then he got super ballsy right before he was gonna die. Like, and he knew what time it was.
For sure.
And look at what he said. And just killed him. And mind you, and I don't think we've seen Homelander even ever angrier than that. Because he knows it's the truth.
I was brought me the most satisfaction about this death, even though I really like the character of A-Train, and I honestly wish we had more of him, but if he had to go, this was a great way to go, right? But I feel like he was vindicated, not only in the fact that he realized that Homelander, he shouldn't have been scared of him. There's no need to be scared of him from the beginning, right? Even though he is so powerful, but A-Train has been faster than him from the beginning, and A-Train has been losing his speed. That was part of the plot points from earlier seasons, that he isn't as fast as he used to be, right? And even still, he was running laps around Homelander. His laser beams were so slow in compared to A-Train. So if A-Train, the only thing that stopped A-Train from getting away is the fact that he had a heart now, and he didn't want to kill and run through that girl. But A-Train is still fast, even at a speed that isn't what it once was for him. He's still faster than Homelander. And that's what's like, dang, man. Yeah, A-Train, justice for A-Train. And shout out to A-Train. This show is dedicated to A-Train right now.
Thanks, for real.
This is an A for him.
Yeah, shout out to A-Train.
I'm throwing the A right there. Can I just say real quick too? Who?
A toy train.
In his honor, I will definitely be watching Thomas the Tank Engine, which is on Prime, by the way. I love that. That's a great show. Yes, the Prime block. That's what we're doing. But I just wanted to say real quick, because you were talking about, we just did Invincible. Please check that out. Join the conversation. Tell us what you think about episode. What is this 4? I wanted to say, as you were talking about the graphics, I thought the visual was actually pretty cool. So when you was talking about the running scene, and I was like, for a show, because you obviously know when it's a movie, it's a bigger budget. But for a show, I just thought that it looked pretty cool. The scenery and everything. It was dark there in the woods, and you're seeing the blur that is A-Train, and you see Homelander doing everything he can. I just thought the visual of that was actually really, really cool.
I agree. So that was the episode, guys. If you like the video, please like the video and join us next week around this time, same date, to discuss more of. Actually, when are we talking about this next episode? Because it was a 2-episode drop. So
we might. Why don't we combine 2 and 3 together for next week?
Yeah, that works.
But real quick, I look, Cedar Superior, great job on putting this all together and stuff like that. But let me just sit here and tell you people, let me tell you something, brother. We're doing on Wednesday, we're doing Daredevil, tune in. We're not done there. On Thursday, we're doing Double Duty, Invincible, and The Boys, and coming soon, Spider-Man Noir. You be a part of the trio. Join us. We have so many great reviews to be talking about. Vic, vibrate for us. That's the show. Cedar Superior, take the show, please.
All right. Thanks for being here. Bye.